In other words, instead of searching for the almond right away, my chances will go up if I wait for some other people to lose. But if someone picks a winner while I'm sitting around here, the chances of my slice being a winner will go to 0. It'll be tough to calculate the right moment. I need to wait just long enough for as many losers to show up as possible. My chances of winning are highest if I can check my piece immediately before someone else wins. Yeah, that's the trick to winning this game. What a strange thought. It feels like I'm missing something. Even though no one else can touch the cake that's sitting in front of me. The almond inside it will appear or disappear depending on whether or not the other people win or lose. I was in such a good mood that I felt dizzy, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my theory. But I did realize that something was strange. There is always just one truth inside a cat box. Oh, there you go. That's the thought that I was thinking of before. Which I guess it makes sense. What with this little game of cakes and such, there is purpose to this cake that Battler has given us. No matter what happens outside the box, you shouldn't be able to shake the truth inside. And yet, I'm being influenced by events outside the cat box, and try to make them affect my observation of the box's contents. I don't even know what I'm saying. Another me inside me is trying to say that, but it's too hard for me to understand. I feel like I'm drifting. I got so cheery and excited that, even though I'm not sleepy, my mind feels hazy. Maybe it's because I drank that adult drink. In the end, even though I'd chosen the first piece, I decided to check it last. After I seen that everyone else has lost, my chances of winning will be 100%. I tried to find the contradiction in my thinking, but I didn't really get it, so I stopped. It's much better to have a 100% chance than a 1 in 15 one, so I decided to bet on that. I couldn't wait to open this precious treasure chest, but I waited for everyone else to choose their pieces and check them.
どうですか？当たりの出た方はいますか？
マリアの入ってなかった。
私のも外れだぜ。お姫様になり損ねちまった。
外れでも本当に美味しくて美しいザッハトルテだね。食べずに飾っておけるものならそうしたいくらいだよ。
どうだ？アーモンドあったか？
私もダメね。秀吉兄さんはどう？
わしも外れのようや。
Hmm.
会社に嫁にもうわしの運は使い切っとるからな。
もうそれってどういう意味よ。
南條先生はいかがですか？
今調べてるところです。たまにはこういうのも楽しいですな。
駆け引きなしの純粋な博打も実に面白い。ベアとはどうであったか？
残り物に服があるなどと言った嘘つきは誰だ？ガルー！
ガオー！
はい、もっとなりきって。
ギャオー！
はい、いただきました。
エンジはどうだ？アーモンドはあったか？
今調べてる。
なんだ、まだ手をつけてなかったのか？
Yeah, she had a strategy. I was following my own personal probability theory, but I didn't think I could explain it well to Oni-chan, so I didn't mention it to him. I wonder if there's an almond in there. If I win, I'll be tonight's princess. I'll be happy if I win. But even if I don't, it'll still be a really fun night, so that's okay. It stopped when this cake game started, But before then, everyone was having a lot of fun trading tricks, quizzes, and riddles. This game is fun too, but I want to play like that again soon. Huh?
どうしたエンジェ。お
I stared at the tiny thing on my fork, then showed it to my brother. Oh!
これアーモンドだよね。
おおエンジェのに入ってたのか。
Oh, well, that's,
すごいぜエンジェ。
At the same time, a stir rose up in the other corner of the room.
あったわ。私のに当たりが入ってた。
What?
ほう、エヴァが当てたか。
Eva and Angie got an. Well, they are. Like, Eva and Angie specifically, they are important characters after the incident.
これはおめでとうございますエヴァ様。
違う、エンジェが当たりなの。私がアーモンドなの。
I held the almond high and shot it across the room. The crowd around that was split, and everyone stared at me, surprised. I was surprised too. The thing in her hand was, without a doubt, an almond.
なんだなんだ。
Okay, so going back to me choosing the slice in the first place. I chose the slice based on, my crazy little idea of, hey, let me spin the chessboard around and take the cake from the opposite end of my opponent so that I can win. And hey, I got an almond. I guess I won. But it kind of makes me think like, what would happen if I chose something completely different? Like, it depends. Either I choose something completely different. Like, I'm asking. I'm questioning how this system works in Umineko, like the game itself, the story. Like, is it truly going to be that option where if I choose something completely different, I'm not gonna get an almond? Or, like, no matter what slice I choose, I'm always gonna get an almond. So it's kind of like, no matter what I choose, it's kind of like a cat in the box thing with Beller and such. Like, he's always gonna make sure that when I choose a slice, there's gonna be an almond.
こりゃどういうことだ。
5だ。アーモンドが2つ入ってるようだが、どちらも当たりなのかね。
はて、そんなはずは。
どちらかが勘違いということでしょうか。
エンジェ様のは間違いなくアーモンドです。カノン君、そっちは？
エヴァ様のも間違いなくアーモンドです。
では二人とも当たりということではありませんか。
親方様。これは奇異なこともあるものだ。どうしたものか、豪大よ。
これはちょっとした手違いでございまして、じゃんけんでもしてもらって。
ケチくさいことを言うでない。2つのアーモンドが現れ、女王と姫が選び出されただけの話ではないか。
そういうことだ。2人が当たりということで良いではないか。
まあ、しかし。
Goro was hesitant. Actually, he had prepared a single special dessert for the king. He had been decorated in a way that made it hard to split for two people. So, it wasn't convenient for there to be two kings. Whenever I heard Gora mumbling something to this effect, she shrugged and laughed.
じゃあ、エンジェちゃんがお姫様になりなさい。
お姫様！エンジェはお姫様なの？
私はその付き人よ。ね？ これならいいでしょ？
Of course it worked. Angie had been worried that Eva would be declared the winner, since she had spoken up first. So she hadn't even dreamed that Eva would give it up to her.
でもいいの？エヴァおばさんも当たりなのに。
いいのよ。エンジェちゃんの付き人になれたもの。さあ、お姫様。あなたが叶えてほしい願いは何？
Ooh.
考えてちょうだいな。
エンジェは願い事もう決めてあるの。
あら、それは何？おばさんに教えて。
I want this fun time to keep on going. Forever. The young me spoke for the desire in my heart.
さっきまでの楽しいがずっと続いてほしいの。
I get the feeling that the nuance has changed. Still, that was unmistakably my wish.
さっきまでのって、ああ、手品とかクイズとか？じゃあこうしましょう。みんな聞いて。お姫様の命令よ。ついさっきまでみんなが盛り上がっていたように、手品やクイズなどでエンジェちゃんを楽しませてあげてちょうだい。
Oh boy.
おいおい、もう手品のネタも尽きちまったぜ。
ならクイズやなぞなぞね。
つまりみんなでいろいろなクイズでエンジェちゃんに楽しんでもらうようにすればいいわけかね。
お姫様に楽しんでもらえるクイズをみんなで献上するのですね。
なるほどね。了解したよ。
あははは。なるほど、面白いではないか。ではエンジェよ、こうしよう。みんなにクイズやなぞなぞを出してもらい、それに挑むがよい。
Alright.
見事解けるたびにそなたにメダルを1枚与えよ
う。メダルって
記念メダルってことだろうな。いっぱい正解できればいっぱい集められるんだろうぜ。
ただ集めるだけではつまりませんね。
うん、集めたメダルの枚数に応じて私から素敵なプレゼントを送ってやろう。どうだ、がぜんやる気が出たであろう。
Well, I'm sure that Angie is excited. Let's go!
すごいじゃない。ご褒美まであるんですってよ。
Oh my god, I just had a thought right over here. What if they're actually like it reminds me of that time when we did some of the riddles in episode 6 at the dinner with Erica with the coin and the cups and such. Like I was thinking of the same thing that is happening right over here. But what if we're actually gonna have to choose the answers for this one? Oh man. Okay. Going the Professor Layton route right over here.
よかったわね、エンジェ。
It would seem that fate had it again for me to do Professor Layton a little bit, for me to do these particular quizzes that we're gonna see. But maybe I'm just speaking too early. But then again, we've been introduced to the cake thing right over here, and people have told me that the safe option is gonna be my best friend in episode 8, so oh boy, let's see. Let's see if I'm actually gonna be right in this. Like we're actually gonna be participating gameplay-wise in this. Everyone gathered around me, smiling, as they thought about what sort of puzzle they'd give. And they're all thinking about me, so that they can play with me. And just the feel of having that all to myself almost made me explode with joy at becoming a princess. Like especially with the medals, like collecting as much medals as possible. I wonder what do I get if I get all the medals? quiz tournament. I became the Halloween party princess, and the tournament of quizzes and riddles just for me began. It looks like I get a medal for each puzzle I get right. If I get a lot, I'm supposed to get a wonderful prize from grandfather. Okay, here I go. Oh.
誰からクイズをもらえばいいのかな？
誰からでもいいそうよ。好きな人に話しかけてごらんなさい。
今のうちに何かとっておきの問題を考えておかないとな。
マリア、あなたクイズの本をカバンに入れてなかった？
Oh boy, here we go. Let's go for another round of wolves and sheep.
あるよ。意地悪な問題でエンジェをいじめるの。
Marionette-chan laughed with an evil smile. Must be a little bit of revenge for not getting the almond. Looks like everyone's going to try and bully me. I'm sure they'll think up some really hard questions. I mean, Christ, she's a 6-year-old, goddammit.
大丈夫よ。おばさんが助けてあげる。
本当？
ええ。だっておばさんはお姫様の付き人じゃない。だから二人で頑張っていっぱいいっぱいメダルを集めちゃおう。
さあさあ、エンジェ様、誰からでも結構でございますよ。このゴーダもいつでも挑戦をお受けいたします。
まあ待て待て、最初に姫君に謁見する栄誉はこの私のものだ。エンジェよ、まずは私の挑戦を受けてみよう。
I suddenly got tense, and my stomach began to feel tight. Then Auntie Eva gently held my hand.
大丈夫よ。一緒に頑張りましょ
う。では行くぞ、エンジェよ。
Man, look at Eva being such a sweetheart with like Angie throughout this entire party.
これはクリスマスの日の話。12月25日の話だ。
A story about December 25th, Christmas Day.
クリスマス？
Oh boy, we are preparing for a Christmas episode. It wasn't actually this episode. It's probably gonna be like a side story that I'm gonna hear after the main story ends. Even though it was October, he suddenly started talking about Christmas. He's going to ask what day Christmas is. I know that. It's December 25th.
クリスマスの日。
Oh! Hey!
夜空を見上げながら女は言った。やがて夜が明けて朝になるわね。そしてまた日が沈んで夜になってもまたクリスマスだったらいいのに。すると男は言った。いいよ。その夢を叶えてあげるよ。と。そんなことが果たして可能だろうか。
クリスマスの次の日は26日で普通の日だもん。
Okay, well, this clearly makes a reference to Angie. For sure. Okay.
そんなの無理。
夜が明けてもまだクリスマス。おばさん、わかった。
どうして？どうしてクリスマスの次の日がまたクリスマスなの？
エンジェも考えてみるがよい。
Oh my god. Okay. While gazing at the night sky on Christmas Day, a woman said, "Eventually the night will end and morning will come. Wouldn't it be wonderful after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more? It could be Christmas Day again." Then the man beside her said, "Okay, I'll make your dream come true. Is such a thing possible?" Okay, it's possible, not possible. Ooh. It will only be wonderful if after the sun sinks and it becomes night once more, it could be Christmas Day again. Well, what makes a Christmas Day a Christmas Day? We do know that 25th of December is Christmas Day. So, in order for Christmas to happen again, you would actually take a year. But nah, instead we're reducing it to one day? I wonder. I mean, Angie says that it's impossible. But what if it's actually possible? Wait a minute. Maybe I'm getting something right over here. So, the idea is that after the sun sinks on 25th and it becomes night, usually that would mean that Christmas is over. So that would imply that in order for the 25th to stay longer, that would mean that the sun would have to be still visible, I think. In which case, can't we just, hire like a airplane or a helicopter to go up so that we can keep seeing the sun? Even though normally the sun would already be sunk into the horizon, that we would have like the sunset. But if we were to go higher and higher, we would keep seeing the sun. Therefore, technically, it would make it still a Christmas Day. Hell, like you could just go into space and you would have like the sun constantly in your vision, right? I mean that's my that's my assumption. So in order for it to be possible, you would need to go into space. So I mean that's the only thing that I have in mind. Unless we're going with the idea of Angie falling. If Angie falls, like while Angie falls from the building, like in episode 3, would you be able to see the sun longer if it sinks? Maybe through reflections, maybe? I don't know, but I am curious about my idea. So, I'm gonna say it's possible. Let's see if they actually give like an explanation for this.
そうそう。一日の間に夜って2回あるのよね。
12月25日は真夜中の午前0時から始まる。午前0時は夜だから、それが最初の夜。それから朝になってまた夜になっても夜中の12時まではまだ同じ日。
What? The morning comes, yeah, and when night falls again, it's still the same day until midnight. Okay.
そういうこと。そのどちらの夜も確かにクリスマスの日の夜よね。
Those are both. Wait. So you're thinking of the first, like from midnight till 6 a.m. in the morning as a night as well? I was thinking of it as a morning. Well, yeah, technically. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like, when night falls, I guess when they say night, they mean like from 6 p.m. until the next midnight. The midnight that hits 26th. Until then, that's still 25th, technically. Well, you are certainly better than this pile of bones over here that is pretending to be a detective, I guess. Oh, what a delightful smile. Auntie Eva patted my head vigorously. Okay, I am gonna do better next time. I'm gonna do better. This was just This was just a warm-up for my rustiness.
おほはは見事であるぞエンジェ。難しい問題のつもりだったのにあっさり解かれてしまったわい。
But then, hold on. Well, what should I do here? Should I just like what should I do, folks? Should I actually go through? Oh my god, we're actually gonna have like how many questions are we even gonna have? Like, are we gonna have like around 18 questions here? Oh boy, this is gonna be a long night. But in that case, what should I do, folks? Should I go through each of these answers and leave them as right or wrong and just leave it like that until the end? Or each time I get a wrong answer, then just to choose the right answer and get all the coins, like get all the medals? I wonder.
おめでとうございます、エンジェ様。これが第一問正解のメダルでございます。
Okay, well, I'm actually thinking of going through all these questions with a right or wrong and see what the result is going to be by the end of this. And then after I get my prize, I'm going to go back and get all the questions answered right. Because I'm not gonna keep doing this, like keep loading and saving. I'm gonna do it like after the entire contest. Genji-san held out the gold color medal. Grandfather smiled at me, urging me to take it.
その調子で頑張るがよい。さあ、私の出題はおしまいだ。向こうへ行き、好きな人に話しかけてクイズを出してもらうがよい。
It was a heavy gold-colored medal. If I get a lot of these right, my pocket might burst. I'm gonna get so many that I can brag about it to everyone. After bowing to grandfather, I hurried off with Auntie Eva to where everyone else was gathered. Nice. As Angie ran off, Kenzo watched her go with a warm gaze.
ちょいと簡単すぎたかな。
いいえ、ちょうど良かったと思います。
源氏、私は良いおじいちゃんを演じられただろうか。
Tonight, definitely.
無論でございます。
エンジェは幼い。そして体調を崩し、六軒島へ来ないことも多かった。私をよく覚えてはいないだろ
う。Young children have their own kind of cruelty. They think of kindness as something they will naturally receive. And because they think of kindness as only natural, they forget about it quickly.
親の恩と同じです。それを理解するには、エンジェ様もお年を重ねられる必要があるでしょ
う。やがては私のことを面白いおじいちゃんだったと思い出してくれるだろうか。
In reference to the future, the world knows you one way, as the eccentric, rich, and really, really bad person. Like, because of the public image that you created. It is kind of a hard question to answer if she would remember you as a fun grandpa. Otherwise, well, we wouldn't even be here in this final game to begin with.
はい、必ずです。
Kinzo's expression grew slightly darker. Eventually, even Angie will get older, and she will probably hear how the public at large regards Ushiromiya Kenzo. The Ushiromiya Kenzo known by the public is completely different from the Kenzo who plays with his grandchildren. When she learns, will Angie remember the face of Kenzo the Tyrant, known by the world, or that gently smiling face?
できるなら私の笑顔を思い出してほしいが、それは高望みであろうな。
仕方あるまい。子供とはそういうものだ。
ベアとか。
子供は優しさに飽食し、それを決して記憶にとどめぬ。あれが12年を経れば、後宮金蔵がどれほどの奇人変人であったかを知るだろう。それに塗りつぶされ、そなたの笑顔など忘れ去られる運命よ。
であろうが、いくら甘やかせど報われぬ愛であ
る。だが、親の恩を思い出すのに長い時間をかけるように、エンジェもやがてきっと思い出すだろう。そなたが孫にどのような笑顔で接していたのかを
な。忘れてもよい。ただ一時私に向けて微笑んでくれただけで、私には何よりものメイドの土産になるのだ。これが無償の愛の境地である。
祖父とは報われぬ存在であるな。
報われておるとも。先ほどのエンジェの微笑みが思い出せれば、私は今夜お迎えが来ても一向に構わんぞ。
With a lonely laugh, Kenzo spun around, setting his cloak fluttering. This was all the love he could offer Angie as a grandfather. Part of him wanted to be remembered, but he knew he mustn't wish for that. And that was how unrewarded love worked. After looking at Kenzo's back, Bato stared at Angie's back again.
エンジェ、それでもいつか思い出してやれ。金蔵がそなたにどんな笑顔を見せていたのかをな。
Okay, whose quiz should I take next? Man. What a moment with Kenzo there. I'm gonna challenge more and more people, get more and more medals for getting them right, and get a wonderful present to show everyone. Uncle Kraus and Auntie Natsuki are over there. And they're looking this way and smiling. I'm sure they thought up some interesting puzzles. And there's Uncle Hideyoshi, beckoning for me to come over. He's a fun uncle, so I'm sure he's thought up a fun question. Behind him are Mom and Dad. They're waving at me, telling me to have lots of fun. Dad probably knows a lot of really hard questions. He might be tough. He might be tough. Over there is Auntie Rosa and Marione-chan. It looks like they're reading a quiz book together, searching for a problem. Every now and then, Marione-chan glances over at me, saying, hee 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 hee. She can be mean sometimes, so I'm sure her puzzle won't be a nice one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are gonna offer some wolf and sheep puzzle, maybe, as a throwback. Although, well, okay, how much quote-unquote gameplay are we having here? Are we only gonna choose the options, or can we actually move, like, you know, sheeps and wolves from one side to the other, for example. I guess we shall see. If it has like a similar gameplay as Professor Layton or something, or we just choose answers here. Beyond them are Bella Oni-chan, George Oni-chan, and Jessica Oni-chan. Bella Oni-chan is usually nice, but he sometimes says really mean things, and I think he likes seeing me get confused. I get the feeling that he'll give me a really tough problem. Well, if we actually get the option to choose who we want to go for, I think that maybe Bella should be last. I don't know, it just feels right to have him last. Is there anyone who looks like they won't be mean? If I can, I'd like to start with some easy puzzles to warm me up. All the way over there are Genji-san and Dr. Nanjo. I don't think those two will be mean to me. And then there's Shannon and Kana. Shannon knows about a lot of quizzes and fairy tales. I'm sure she'll give me something unique. Then we have Koda-san and Kumasawa-san, who are serving tea. Kumasawa-san might be tough. I kinda think she'll give me a really confusing problem. Macro puzzles all the way! It looks like everyone might be pretty tough.
エンジェちゃん、とっておきの問題を用意したで。こっち来てや。
Uncle Hideyoshi's calling for me. What should I do? Should I go?
秀吉おじさんのところ行ってみる？
順番なんて関係ない。だって私は全員に挑戦するんだから。
I rolled up my sleeves and headed towards Uncle Hideyoshi. The imagery.
よく来たな。
Alright, Hideyoshi. Give it your all. Give it your all! I swear that was not intentional when I said give it your all.
わしのは難しいで。
あなたが出す問題ってどんなのかしら。あまり難しすぎるのを出しちゃダメよ。
難しくてもいい。だから
おお、頼もしいことや。ほな、行くで。
After cleaning his throat, Uncle Hideyoshi started telling his question.
わしのはな、なぜええかよく聞いてや。桃太郎の話は知ってるやろ？
You mean the one with the dog, the pheasant, and the monkey? I heard of it.
川から桃がどんぶらこ？
そや。しかしな、その川には甘栗が流れてきたんや。
甘栗？
Mella.
そうや。
Una mella.
そしたら次の日にはな、
いよかん酸っぱいから嫌い。
その次の日にはな、今度はウリが流れてきたんや。その次の日には枝豆が、その次の日にはオクラが、その次の日には柿が流れてきたんや。
変な話よね。
The hell?
上流に八百屋さんでもあるのかしら。
さて問題や。その次の日には何が流れてきたと思う？
おばさん、わかった。エンジちゃんはわかる？
わかんな
じゃあヒントをあげるわね。流れてきたものにはちゃんと順番があるのよ。何の順番かわかるかしら？
そら大ヒントやな。
One day, an apple floated down a river. The next day, a butternut squashed it. The next day, a cabbage did. Next day, a dill pickle did. Next day, an eggplant did. And the next day, a fig did. What flooded down the river the day after that? Grapefruit, onion, or lettuce? Okay, so Eva says that there is an order for this. Well, hold on. I think I'm gonna Google something here. Like Eva said something about a green grocer. The fuck is a green grocer? Hold on. Let me Google this. Green grocer. Is a shopkeeper. Okay, shopkeeper who sells fruits and vegetables. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Keep in mind, folks, like English ain't my first language, so sometimes a few words here and there you'll confuse me. Okay, now, what the hell is a butternut squash? Let me see what that looks like. I hope that this isn't like, is this a? I don't know. I'm afraid that I'm spoiling myself on. I mean, these are fruits. Well, I don't know if these are fruits actually. Like these are things that I probably should know. So, like for example, I know what an apple looks like. What does a butternut squash look like? Is that a fruit or? Butternut squash, known in Australia and New Zealand as butternut pumpkin or grama, is a type of winter squash that grows on a vine. Oh, good Christ. Okay. Let's move on. A cabbage, dill picker. Let me Google that. Dill pickle. Like what is that? What is a dill pickle? Okay, it's a pickle, but dipped in dill herb. Oh, okay. Eggplant, a fig? Let me Google that as well. Okay, it looks like that. So, okay, I have all the stuff. Like, there is an order to this. An order. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. There is an order. Maybe alphabetical order? A is apple. B is butternut, squash. C is cabbage. D is dill pickle. E is eggplant, F is fig, so the next would be G, which would be grapefruit. Yeah, that has to be it. That's the order, the alphabetical order. Grapefruit. I spend like so much time like looking at Google and see what the fuck these fruits and vegetables are, like what they look like and such. And it wasn't even like all I had to do was determine the order, like what they looked like and what they were. Like it didn't matter. I was still curious, like some of that stuff, like green grocer, butternut squash.
選択肢にはなかったけど、キュウリでもきっと正解ね。
A fig? The names all follow the alphabet. Yeah. Apple was A. Butternut squash was B. Cabbage was C. Kabatsu. It kept going with D, E, and F. So after F comes G. That's why the answer had to be something that started with G.
ありがとう。おばさんのヒントで解けた。
Yay.
エンジェちゃんが自分で解いたのよ。
Yeah, that was actually a huge hint. My God.
すごいわ。
いやいや、ほな正解のメダルをあげような。
Hideyoshi took out a gold-colored medal and placed it on my palm. It felt heavy in my hand. Yeah, this is what victory feels like. I better keep it up. My single gold medal. Okay, that one I actually got. Like, it's not enough
わし
that
な、エヴァの分もなのか、もう一枚メダルをもらっとんのや。
it's not enough that I get just the right answer, because I could get the right answer but with the wrong reasoning, like out of mistake and such. I need the reasoning to be correct as well.
しかし問題がもう思いつかんのや。
Gotta make up for that first one that I that I sucked at with the knights, like 2 knights. My God.
じゃあ私がエンジェちゃんに出題しちゃおうかな。
エヴァおばさんが？
そうよ。お姫様への付き人からのクイズ。ちょっと面白いクイズが思いついたからぜひ挑戦してほしいのよ。
Auntie Eva smiled brightly. I want to get as many medals as possible, so of course, I want as many chances that I can get.
挑戦する。
その意気よ。じゃあ出題するわね。おばさんは旅行が大好きだって話はしたことがあったかしら？
Are you guys thinking of going to Maldives? Maldives nuts? Ah!
エヴァおばさんはよく海外旅行へ行くって言ってた。
そうよ。だから旅行の問題を出すわね。あるところに旅人がいたの。
旅人？
その旅人はまず北へ5キロ歩いたわ。
その問題紙に書いた方がいい？
大丈夫よ。そんな難しい問題じゃないから聞くだけで OK。 旅人はまず北へ5キロ歩いた。そして次に東へ5キロ歩いた。
5 kilometers north, then 5 kilometers to the east.
そして次には南へ5キロ歩いたの。
5 kilometers to the south.
北へ5キロ、東へ5キロ、南へ5キロ。この字みたいに歩いたの？
そういうことやな。スタート地点から東に 5km の地点にいる計算になるで。
そのはずでしょう。ところがなんと旅人はスタート地点に戻ってしまっていたの。
What?
こんなおかしなことってありえると思う？
そんなことあるわけないで。方位磁石がいかれたんとちゃうか？
Okay.
そんなのじゃないわよ。エンジェちゃん、わかる？
方位磁石のせいじゃないの？これは謎謎？
いいえ、ちゃんとしたクイズよ。ヒントはね、地球儀でよく考えてみて。
There was once a traveler in a certain place. Following his compass, the traveler walked 5 kilometers north, next 5 kilometers east, 5 kilometers south, then incredibly he found he was back where he started. The place is real. What sort of place is it? A very hot place? A very cold place? It cannot possibly be real. Wait a minute. Okay, Eva said that we should think of a globe. What if I am to think of the top and bottom of the globe? Like the North and South Pole. Like, for example, you go from South Pole and you go north. If you go east or west, I don't think it... Like, if you go east or west, I don't think it matters much. You still end up back in South Pole if you go south. Like, imagine if you have like a South Pole flag, and that flag is the center of a circle. Going north from that flag is like the radius of a circle. Going east or west is the equivalent of going along the circle. And going south is... it will be another radius. Actually... I don't... well, I don't think that is... right, like geometrically speaking, but... like, the fact that one of the options is a very cold place really makes me think that the reasoning may be right. Oh, hold on. I think I may be right, nonetheless, because we have a compass. We are following the compass, and the compass always moves. So, yeah, going east or west is the equivalent of going around a circle. Like, the needle will keep shifting accordingly. Like, for example, you follow the compass east, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going in a straight line. You're following the compass east, but you kind of shift yourself left as you go forward east. If you understand what I'm trying to say here. So we are following along a circle, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense geometrically. So yeah, you know what? I am gonna go with a very cold place. Come on.
わかった。とても寒い場所。うん、そこはすごい寒いよ。絶対。
大正解。すごいわ。エンジちゃんの年でわかるなんて本当に天才よ。
南極点がスタート地点だったなら、北に進み東に進んでもそれは南極点に対して円を描いて回ってるのと同じや。
Yes!
だから南へ進めばまた南極点に戻るだけの話っちゅうわけや。
とっておきの難しい問題のつもりだったんだけど、エンジェちゃんは本当にすごいわ。
おめでとさんや。ほな、これがもう一枚のメダルや。
I got a heavy gold color medal. Alright, I did it! On the Eve and I held up our fists in celebration.
さあ、これでわしらの問題はおしまいや。他の人に問題を出してもらうといいで。
ありがとう、秀吉おじさん。
エヴァおばさんは賢いで。二人一緒ならメダルもザックザクや。
そうよ。ザックザクよ。
一緒に頑張ろう、エヴァおばさん。
I dashed away. Who will I ask next? Uncle Hideyoshi waved goodbye, smiling. Hideyoshi never watched as Angie ran off happily, looking for the next quiz.
あんなにも可愛らしい笑顔を浮かべられる子なのに、私がそれを奪うのね。
エヴァ。
Eva hung her head. A single tear sparkled in her eye.
彼女の気持ちを考えれば、それは当然のことなのよ。でも、私はそれを受け止めきれなかった。
しゃあない。お前かて人間やで。そうそう人間割り切れるもんとちゃう。
それでも私が悪いのよ。仮にも一児を育てた母だったのよ。あの子の母親に私はなるべきだった。なのに私は悲しみに溺れ、それをしなかった。
しゃあないしゃあない。お前だけが悪いわけとちゃうで。そんなに自分を責めたらあかん。
By now, Eva was unable to hold back her sobs. Large tears dripped down her cheeks as she stared at the ground and shook.
私は なんて罪を。悲しいのは私もあの子も全く同じだった。なのに私は自分の方が悲しいと決めつけて、あの子の気持ちを全く受け止めなくて。私は母失格なんだわ。あの子の母になってあげられなかった。
いいえ、あなたは頑張ってくれたわ、エヴァ姉さん。
キリエさん。
Kitty and Rudolph were standing behind Eva now.
あなたがエンジェと打ち解けようといろいろな努力をしてくれたことを知っているわ。
姉貴はよく耐えてくれたぜ。そんな姉貴の苦労も知らず、うちの娘が本当に迷惑をかけたな。
Oh my god. My eyes are starting to become watery now. Like they both suffered and they can see each other suffering in the process. Or rather, at least Eva tried initially, but she could no longer take it after a while. After the accident on Okenjima, Eva, the only person to leave Okenjima alive, adopted Angie, the girl who had survived the day through her absence. And while they would eventually develop a sad and mutually painful relationship, it wasn't like that at first. As Angie's new mother and last remaining blood relative, Eva tried to shower her with love and affection, even as she fought back the sadness she herself felt. However, Angie wasn't able to accept that kindness. She lashed out at Eva, the only one who had returned alive, and accused her of stealing her parents away from her. Eva, understanding the wounds that this little 6-year-old girl bore, withstood these attacks. She grit her teeth and gave Angie her unconditional love. However, the wounds that Eva herself bore were also extremely deep. She was never rewarded for her sad efforts, and the future that followed was a sorrowful one.
あなたはエンジェにジョージ君に注いだのと同じ愛情を与えようとしてくれたわ。
でもそれは私だけの独りよがりで、エンジェちゃんには全く届かなかった。
それを受け止めなかったのはエンジェだ。姉貴のせいじゃない。
6歳のエンジェちゃんにそれを求めるなんて酷よ。それでも私は気持ちを伝えられるようもっともっと耐えなければならなかったのに。
エヴァ姉さん、これだけは信じて。私たちはあなたを責めてなんかいないのよ。
キリエさん。
エンジェのために深く深く傷ついてくれてありがとう。あの子に人の心があるならいつか必ずあなたが注いでくれた愛情に気がついてくれるはず。
Oh my god. So teary-eyed here. And the fact that Kitty is the one who is saying this.
ありがとう、姉貴。俺たちはいつまでも感謝してるんだぜ。
よかったな、エヴァ。
And there's also this song. Like, you know how much I love this song, guys.
お前の頑張りはな、ちゃんと 認められとんのやで。
Like, it's... Actually, I'm gonna talk about this, like, after.
How いかがですか、エンジェ様。よろしければ、ぜひこのゴーダにも挑戦していただけませんか。
このクマさんも難しい問題を用意しましたよ。
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Like, you guys are not gonna suddenly make me watery-eyed after I solve your puzzles, right? Phew, I need a break after that one. But yeah, what I wanted to say was the song. Like, it's called Apathy. The song really fits there as well. Like, at least the way I view it. Because, you know, after a while, Eva would feel apathy for Angie because of all the wounds that she bore. And same thing for Angie herself. She didn't understand how Eva felt after the incident as well. So she had apathy for Eva as well. And when I say apathy, I mean not feeling anything for that particular subject, which would be like, you know, each other. It is like similarly to episode 4 when Apathy, like the song Apathy was introduced, because that was when the song appeared for the first time. Like, it fit Angie as well because of, you know, the entire incident and her future and how she felt in the future in general about life. She felt apathy for that. So, yeah. But even, you know, like, even if the song doesn't fit thematically for a moment, it's still a beautiful song in my eyes. Like, it's one of my favorites for showcasing both moments like that and, you know, just beautiful moments in general.
難しい問題でもへっちゃら。
Okay.
エンジェ一人だけじゃないもん。エヴァおばさんと一緒に解くもん。
Godankuma-san offered to challenge me. I'll have to go up against everyone in the end, so it doesn't matter who comes next. I waved at Auntie Eva to hurry up, and she ran toward me.
今度はこの二人が出題？どっちから挑戦する？
じゃあ、ゴーダさん。
はいはい、かしこまりました。それでは問題を出させていただきます。
難しいですよ。
それでも解く。コツはもう分かったもん。
Yeah, like now I'm actually I'm actually extra motivated to answer these like right, because otherwise if I fail these I may not get these interactions at the end of each puzzle like we did with Kinzo and Eva. Granted, we can load the last save if we get it wrong, but I want to get it right from the get-go.
エンジェちゃんを甘く見ちゃダメよ。
ねえ。
それは。それではゴーダらしく台所とお料理の問題を出させていただきます。
今度は共闘しましょう。わからないときはおばさんを頼ってね。何かヒントを出せるようにするわ。
ヒントもらうとメダルはもらえない？
メダルとは関係ないから、じゃんじゃん頼ってね。
Okay. A witch had a house with a magic kitchen. The witch would always come home at the same time every day, and when she did, the kitchen would always have a freshly made dinner served for her. One day, the witch had to work very late. When she finally got home, all the food was there to greet her. Welcome home, great witch! Today we have some vegetable stew for you, said the stew in the pot. Welcome home, great witch! Please, quickly dip me in the stew and eat me, said the crusty bread. Welcome home, great witch! You must be thirsty. Please drink me right away, said the white wine. Welcome home, great witch! Superintendent Superintendent Chalmers, welcome! I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. And the great witch will be all, okay, if you eat me, the heat of the day will be wiped away, said the ice cream dessert. One of them is lying. Who is it? The stew, the bread, the wine, and the superintendent. Actually, no, wait, it's Seymour. Seymour is the one who is lying in this case. But okay. Okay. Okay, so one of them is lying. Wait, hold on. So the witch had to work really late this time. By that I assume like at night. By that point, the weather would be cold. There is no heat of the day to be wiped away. I think you may be lying, Seymour. You ice cream, you gelato goodness. Let me see Eva's hand here.
おばさん、わかった。ヒントはね、魔女の帰りが普段よりとても遅くなったってところよ。
Apparently we can get like a Eva's hint if we want to. I don't think I really care much about the pride of solving a puzzle without hints. I want to see more interactions with Eva in this case.
普段より遅いと何かあるの？
よく考えて。いつもの決まった時間に出来たてのご飯を作っておいたのよ。ということは、それよりずっと帰りが遅くなったらどうなっちゃうかしら？
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I got it. Like, okay, maybe I'm right in it being the ice cream, but my reasoning, it may be wrong. Or rather, reasoning the game wants is different from what I had. No, I do think the ice cream is right. Well, by that I mean the option of ice cream is right. The ice cream itself is wrong. The option is right. But because the witch arrived much later than usual, and the food is always prepared at the usual time, that means that the ice cream must have melted by that point. It could be that, it melted. As far as I can see, it's not a magical ice cream, right? That stays, no matter how much, no matter how long it stays like that. It doesn't melt. No, I think it melts. Unless it's put in the fridge, but as far as I can see, the witch doesn't have a fridge. Are we gonna go back to the old battle drunk, going to the kitchen and making a mess out of the fridge? No. I'm still gonna say that it's the ice cream, but I think it's because it melts, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have this optional detail over here that the witch had to work very late, and we have the usual times and such. This time she worked very late, so I'm gonna choose ice cream.
アイスクリーム！魔女は帰りがすごく遅かったんだから、その頃にはもう溶けちゃってる。
Io mangio. Io non mangio gelato.
だから食べられない。
さすが。どう？エンジェちゃんは本当に賢いでしょ？
おめでとうございます、エンジェ様。感服いたしました。
Oi, Gora. I am sick and tired of this. We have been beating around the bush and kept going with the interpretation, for example with Shannon and Kanon being the culprit or the witch, but it's you, isn't it? You are the witch. Therefore, You can make ice cream on the fly. So give me ice cream.
このゴーダの腕によりをかけた難問がこうもあっさり解かれてしまうとは。
全然簡単だったもん。エヴァおばさんの問題の方が難しかった。
ありがと
う。おめでとうございます。こちらが私の問題に正解したご褒美のメダルでございます。
ありがとう。
Alright, that was easy. Now let's take a shot at Kumasawa-san's puzzle. Okay. Got a little medal.
次は私でございますね。ではとっておきの難しい問題でエンジェ様を試してみましょうね。では参りますよ。
難しいってどのくらい？
それは挑戦してみてのお楽しみ。それでは私はサバのデザートの問題を出しましょう。
Of course.
サバのデザート？
熊沢さんのこと、きっとおかしな問題に違いないわ。注意してかかりましょう。
Okay. Oh no! The cook was in trouble! The only part of the dinner left to prepare was the dessert. But he had no ingredients except for the leftovers of a mackerel dish he called sabara. Mackerel dish. However, the cook had a flash of inspiration. By adding in just one new letter to replace an old one, he could make a great dessert out of those leftovers. What new letter did he use? Wait, so we have sabara, and by adding in just one new letter to replace an old one, he can make a great dessert out of those leftovers. Okay. Replace. So, for example, I go with E and it's sebere, aebara, sayara, tabara, habara, satara, samara, sabama, mabara, samara. You know, the thing is, like, I could replace a few letters, and maybe I will find a dessert, but I won't know because I don't know if that name is for a dessert. Like, for example, is sabata a dessert? I don't know. It could be, but I don't know because, you know, I don't go looking at like Japanese desserts. Like, I am hoping that it is something that I recognize. Let me ask for a hint here.
おばさん、わかった？
一文字を足せばって言うんだから、ダジャレみたいな答えに違いないわ。サバに一文字を加えて、デザートにならないか考えて。あ、わかった。
なになに？
とにかく語尾に一文字を足してみて。それがまさに答えそのものだから。
Each of the letters in place of the beat. Okay, well that's a really hard, not hard, but that's a really straightforward hint. So replace B. Samara, Satara, Sahara, Sayara. Should I Google these to see if they exist? Nah. I feel like in that particular case it's cheating. By adding in just one new letter to replace an old one, you can make a great dessert. Oh, you sneaky bastard! That's not dessert. It's desert. Like the Sahara. Okay. I get it. Oh, that's always something. Like confusing dessert with desert, with just one S. You know, that's always something that confuses me. I'm gonna choose C. That's something that always confuses me. Like sometimes there are gonna be some words that have double the letter. I wouldn't be able to give you like an example here on the spot, but you know what I'm talking about, right? There are gonna be some words that have like a double letter, like double R or double C, double T, and I wouldn't know if it's with double T or one single T or something like that. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
足す文字はく。サバにくを足して
砂漠。正解でございますよ。
砂漠はつまり砂漠のこと。砂漠は英語でデザートって読むものね。
エンジェ英語知ってた。
Okay. I feel like they're speaking something completely different in Japanese. And this English version is dealing with something else here.
すごいすごい。
さすがエンジェちゃん、賢い。
Because these are... some of these puzzles are very English specific. Like, unless Angie also learns English, like right now at 6-year-old, in which case, my god, that's pretty amazing. You're learning 2 languages at the age of 6, unless your parents is telling you to learn English as well.
頭なでなでしてあげる。
おばさんに撫でてもらうの気持ちよくて好き。
サバにくを足したらデザートにもなるなんて。
I mean, can I get a head pad too here? Like, I want head pads. I love head pads.
本当にサバはすごいですね。
そんなダジャレでデザートをサバにした日には私の首が飛んでしまいそうです。
エンジェもやだ。
Like, I know I'm a skeleton. I am bald, so I don't have much hair to head pad, but hey, you guys can head pad my hat here. It becomes really fluffy when you touch it. Perfect for head pads.
デザートはアイスがいい。
確かに。大丈夫よね。今日のデザート。
厨房でサバのフルーツパフェが皆さんを驚かそうと待ち構えておりますよ。
そうなのや。
My thumb burst out laughing. For some time after that, I was tormented by the terrifying image of a parfait neatly topped with mackerel bits. Yeah, never let Angie see the portrait of Kumasawa, the golden mackerel.
これは残念。エンジェ様に素敵なご褒美をあげないよう邪魔をしてやろうと知恵を絞った問題がこんなにもあっさり解かれるとは。
And though she said that, Kumasawa smiled. A gold-colored medal glittered in her wrinkly hand. Angie took it.
さあ、これで私たちの問題はおしまいですよ。
この調子でどんどんメダルを手に入れて親方様から素敵なご褒美を獲得してくださいね。
ありがとう。もっともっと頑張るね。やったね、エヴァおば
さん。この調子でどんどん行きましょう。
We rushed away. Okay, who should we take on next?
キリエ様の影に隠れておどおどしていた幼子がいつの間にかあんなに元気になって。
親族会議を重ねるたびに若者の成長を感じるものです。あと数年も経てばエンジェ様も恋を覚え、化粧を覚え、やがては一人前のレディーに成長されるのでしょうね。
そうですね。普通に年月を重ねてくださったなら。
A cruel fate forces the chick called Angie into a lonely future. If an egg isn't warmed, it won't hatch. The egg she is now will not be warmed by anyone, and neither will it hatch.
エンジェ様は冷え切った卵のまま孤独な未来を迎えるほかないのでしょうか。
卵の殻はいつだって内側から破られるもの。冷え切った殻はとてもとても硬いでしょうが、それでも破れぬものではありません。
エンジェ様にその強さがあるでしょうか。
それを得ることができるか否か、それがこの最後のゲームと聞いています。
私たちはもっとメッセージを送るべきではないでしょうか。せめて温められぬ卵なら殻が割りやすいよう少しでも外から叩くとか。
自らの殻を割る力もないヒナを無理に卵の外へ出せば寒風に耐えることはできないでしょうね。エンジェ様はその力とたくましさを自ら得なければならないのです。
ですからその力とたくましさを私たちは何とか伝えることはできないんでしょうか。
言葉とは与えられるものでなく受け止めるものです。私たちが何を与えようともエンジェ様が受け止めなければ何の意味もない。
そうですね。私たちが何を伝えてもエンジェ様が耳を貸さなければ意味がない。
見守るしかないんですよ、私たちには。馬を水場に連れて行くことはできても飲ませることはできないのですから。
エンジェ様がより良い未来を自ら選択してくれることを祈るしかありませんな。
エンジェ様が諦めと悲しみを紛らわせるためだけの怒りに身を任せず、本当にエンジェ様が求めておられるたった一つの願いに純粋であってさえくれれば、彼女は絶対に自分の一番の願いを叶えることができるでしょう。
皮肉なものです。その一番の願いを自ら一番最初に否定されているのですから。
笑う角に福来たる、泣きっ面に蜂。信ずる者は救われる。人の思いが、その強さが自分の未来を自ら生み出すのです。
せめてその言葉だけでもかけてあげたいものですが。
バトラ様も厳しい。そのような言葉さえも許さず、エンジェ様が自分の力だけで築いてくれることを願っている。
私たちには見守ることしかできないのですね。
だからせめて祈りましょう。彼女が最も望む未来をその手につかめるように。
おや、私どもご指名ですか。
Man, I do have to ask, in similar fashion to Gora, like, do these quizzes help in sending tiny messages to Angie?